Joins us now. What can you tell us here about the Chicago Bulls?
Malika, one of the last restricted free agents standing, Josh Giddey, has reached agreement, 4 years, $100 million deal to sign with the Bulls. And so he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, arguably his best season of his career, and particularly that second half of his season with the Bulls. 21 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists per game on 50% shooting, 46% from threes. He has 7 triple-doubles last season, the second most in Bulls history in a season behind Michael Jordan in 1988-89. So this deal cements him as a cornerstone of the Bulls moving forward as their starting point guard. The Bulls finished 15-5 last season though, so they have some playoff expectations going into this season. And Josh Giddey, how he performs, can he build off of last season? That's all going to play a factor in this season. So now there are 2 restricted free agents left on the board. Jonathan Kuminga and Quentin Grimes after Cam Thomas got done last week, and Josh Giddey today.
4 years, $100 million here for Josh Giddey. Shams, thank you so very much for that insight. Hey, coming up here on
my week. Okay, that's my week.
That's Richard's week as well. We are really excited to have you here. No one
you.
more than Richard Jefferson. Thank you so much for joining us, even if you were a little bit late to the show.
I was.
What's this on time for him?
Yeah.
Late is Richard's on time.
Look, I had a 45-minute sit down with the Laker head coach today. So by sit down, I mean on the phone. So it's been a really busy time.
Yeah.
You know, I got some really good information.
And I'm glad you dressed up for the occasion. We really do appreciate that as well. We have Brian Windhorst, who's with us, who covered you two during the finals run in Cleveland.
As a reporter.
Friends, it's been a few weeks since we've all been together, clearly, and the season is around the corner, so let's revisit the biggest off-season moves, not with these two, but with the Tower of Power.
Okay.
That sounds like a job for Wendy's Tower of Power.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm palming the ball. Number 5, 4, 3, 2. Number 1.
I say in a voice, Tower of Power.
Tower of Power. Starring Brian Windhorst.
Oh, you've all missed me, I know. All right, now, when we talk about this, I just want to point something out. Value is very important. Value, value, value. Ready to go? Okay, number 5. How about the value the Los Angeles Lakers got by signing DeAndre Ayton? Look, they were in such need of a center. They couldn't find one in the trade market. Ayton was a surprise buyout from the Trailblazers. He comes for $8 million. Tremendous value at a position of need. He's on our list at number 5. Very key player. Number 4, the Miami Heat. Great value with Norm Powell. The Clippers traded him for in a 3-way trade with the Jazz. Great value. Norm Powell in the last year of his contract. Highly expected to really try to go for that contract this year. I expect a great year out of him. You go back and look what they traded for him. It is really great value for the Heat. Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a second-round pick. Kevin Love, another 2016 Cav, still hanging on to the league other than LeBron. So, number 3, I think, again, let's talk about value. What the Atlanta Hawks gave up for Kristaps Porzingis was just phenomenal. George Niang and a second-round pick and also the 22nd pick in this year's draft. They bring in a franchise center who can be a force at the defensive end and also stretch the floor offensively. I know that he was concerned the way he had illness affected him at the end of last season, but he lifted the Hawks' spirits with the way he played for Latvia this summer. Played 27 minutes a game for Latvia, averaged 20 points. So hopefully he'll be strong starting in the fall. Number 2, this one was a great value, I'm not going to lie. But Desmond Bane coming to the Orlando Magic. Guys, the Orlando Magic were dead last in the league in 3-point shooting percentage and 3-pointers per game. They bring in Desmond Bane, a career 41% 3-point shooter. They paid dearly. 4 first-round picks and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, but they believe that Bane is the missing link that will unlock their badly needed offense for a great defensive team. And number 1, I don't think there's much of a debate. Got to be Kevin Durant in Houston. Again, the value of this trade. The Suns feel like they got a good return, but the Rockets loved this. They loved giving up what they did to get Kevin Durant. He is under the last year of his contract. He can be a free agent next year. That is something to pay attention to. But one thing I know, he is going to get buckets for the Rockets who are going to defend. And when you get into a close game and you've got a defense like they do and a scoring finisher like Kevin Durant, that is the recipe for winning a lot of games, and that's number one on my list.
I know that's number one on Janae Agumike's list.
Yes, it is.
I don't think there's no issues that I'm seeing, especially with the number one spot here. But when you look at the Eastern Conference, Channing, is there a move that we should maybe be taking another look at as being a little bit underrated?
I think it's Miles Turner going to the Milwaukee Bucks. You look at what that team can do and accomplish when they have the right pieces around Giannis. And also, look what they did. They bought out Damian Lillard for $100 million, then re-signed Turner for that another $100, showing Giannis. All the big rumors are like, where's Giannis going? Where's Giannis going? The ownership said, you're not going anywhere. We're going to replace Brook Lopez with a younger version of a guy who just went to the NBA Finals, who wants to be here. Miles Turner is always in that Defensive Player of the Year conversation. So to me, it sends a big message to the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis.
See, to me, the message to Giannis was, we're signing Thanasis. He's staying in Milwaukee.
That too, but listen.
I'm gonna stay with Channing on this one only because it's like I know it's.
Did we agree on something?
It's early. It's
okay.
But
Coffee
really
and cake.
because there's certain players that when you see the formula around them, it's the same formula. If you put a center around Giannis that can stretch and play defense, that was the key part that helped them. Now they got to figure out the guards. They got to figure out. But I think that addition is kind of the building blocks for them moving forward for the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay, guys, I'm going to do a generational battle. I'm going to go out of the box, Malika. Out of the box.
Out of the box.
Yes! You guys don't know that. You too old for that. Okay, I'm going to go out of the box, not talk about player. I'm going to actually talk about a move that you mentioned the word underrated. I don't know. People will be saying, like, is this underrated? Is it overrated? Mike Brown to New York. Coach. It's going to be interesting because the issue, and you guys know I'm a glass half full person, right?
Already making
the issue is the succession plan. It was a mess, the transition of coaches.
Yeah.
But the good news is if you're trying to find something and you're from New York City, I got you, right? Prior to him arriving in Sacramento, they had the Kings, the 24th worst, or there were 24 out of 30 teams in the NBA when it comes to offense. The year after, they were first. So he knows how to get the most out of a squad, and more importantly, the issue with the Knicks was their depth. They add Jordan Clarkson, so now you add a couple players that can help with your depth. You hopefully get that that influx of offense. So maybe that works out. But I know a lot of people are going to be scrutinizing what the Knicks look like, but especially considering the landscape of the East with a multitude of injuries, maybe this move matters.
My only toss back about the Knicks is that when you look at their depth, right?
What is a toss back?
Like toss it back. You do that to me, I'm going to toss it back.
All right.
It's a little sports reference.
Hot potato. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay. So, no, but to your point, though, it's like I think the Knicks did have some depth. It was the coach that was there didn't utilize or develop that depth.
Yeah.
So to add that there again, I think Mike Brown would have done more with the depth that if he would have been the coach last year. So I think the Knicks team is stronger, and now they have a new face in boys.
Oh, how about the West, Shanae? It can't be Kevin Durant move that's not being talked about enough.
I know. This is probably unfair for me to say because a lot of people are going to talk about Kevin Durant. They're going to talk about Luka signing the extension, like a lot of moves being made. It's the Warriors. Sorry, sis. It's your team. Golden State. Virtually doing nothing besides Kevon Looney, leaving. And then also the situation with Jonathan Kuminga. You look at 30 teams in the NBA. One of them has like one item compared to so many transactions. So what will Golden State do? How will they handle this situation? We talk about maximizing these stars' prime. Kevin Durant is in a position where hopefully they're pursuing a championship. LeBron James is in a position to hopefully pursue a championship. Is Steph Curry? I know Jimmy Butler, the lack of availability towards the end, with health, affected them, but they're going to need more, and we'll see if they can get that done.
No, I'm going to say the Phoenix Suns. We talked about this on the call you weren't on. But I think getting Green, going younger, continually build around Devin Booker. They want to take a chance on that. Obviously, we're both from Phoenix, so we want to see the best for the Phoenix Suns. Getting off Bradley Beal's contract, trading Kevin Durant, going younger, getting a pure scorer. I think this is the right move. Is it a dangerous move? Yes.
So you think that we're going to be talking about the Phoenix Suns?
I think in the West, we're going to be talking mainly about 4 teams, and then those other 5 through 10 is going to be teams like Phoenix on the 8, 9, or 10, or those teams like Minnesota. So,
well, we've already talked about the Lakers, but Ayton is in a special place where he gets to actually prove. That's to me, when I look at Wendy's list, he's in an opportunity to be like, oh, wait, I'm actually an all-star level player. I wasn't happy. This is one of those, and we've seen it throughout players throughout their career have like one of those marquee moments because he's not in that space. He's like, okay, fine. There's Luka, LeBron, and this is my role.
But if you're a big with his skill set, there's no one better to play with than Luka Doncic.
Right.
We saw what he did with the bigs in Dallas. Now you see, like, I better eat and, you know, be able to contribute.
There's one other person that I would say, and that other person's also on his team.
Yeah.
Right.
Those two guys run the pick
Are we
and roll.
just ignoring James Harden? Stop it.
Oh, James Harden. No, I would say
okay, there we go.
those three. Come
Stop.
on now.
Before
James
this
Harden.
goes too far off the rails,
here
we do
we
have
go.
some
No,
breaking
okay.
news.